Hey there guys, how are you today and welcome to a brand new series on my channel. So to celebrate Robert Kubica coming back into Formula 1, I thought I would kind of recreate one of his best ever F1 seasons. The 2008 season where he drove in the BMW Sauber was one of his best seasons yet, with him really mounting a title challenge. So here on F1 2014 with the 2008 season mod, we're gonna try to recreate that season and finally allow Robert Kubica to win a world championship. So you would have seen the points there: 10 points for a win, 8 points for second, 6 points for third, 5 points for fourth, and down until you get into P8. So unlike in modern games where P10 gives you a point, P10 here, nothing. You'd have also seen the drivers. Our rivals this season will mostly be Nick Heidfeld, my teammate, and then Lewis Hamilton and Heikki Kovalainen in the McLaren Mercedes cars, and Kimi Raikkonen and Felipe Massa in the Ferraris. But we may also see a load of Fernando Alonso in Renault, Sebastian Vettel in the Toro Rosso, Mark Webber in the Red Bull, or Jarno Trulli or Timo Glock in the Toyota. So there you guys, we've also got some other mods on. So we've got the AI mod, we've got a damage mod on, so we're going to have some real fun in this series with damage and safety cars hopefully. So I reckon it's going to be fun. This is kind of like a tester episode to see if you guys enjoy it. Tell me how I can improve. And now, let's go to the Australian Grand Prix. So here we are, about to start our fast lap in qualifying. We did a short qualifying session just to make it easier rather than doing Q1, Q2, Q3. I thought it'd be easier like that. 22 cars here vying for position on the grid. Currently we're in P11 with a 1 minute 31.713. We should be higher, really. We should be aiming for top 6 in this car. This is probably the third best car on the grid. But I'm still confident I can go on to win the World Championship. Now we're going through Sector 1 here. We've also got the handling mod on to make handling a little bit easier on this game. And you can see we're actually down in the first sector by a few tenths, but I'm always pretty strong in the first sector. It's in the middle and final sector where I lose time. So hopefully on this qualifying lap I can make up for that. Coming now to brake for this really tough corner. I've always really struggled here in all games, but I thought we had a pretty good run through there. On this game in general I struggle with wheel spin, but I am trying to do my best. And let's see how we're doing. Yeah, we're improving by a few attempts and making up for our poor sector 1. And now a good sector 3, and we could be right up there guys, come on. Braking now for this corner, try not to go too wide. That was pretty good. Have been in a gravel trap just a few times during practice. Now keep going. Of course, I know there is DRS on this game. I am going to use it. I know there wouldn't have been in the real season, but not too much I can do about that. I'm not sure if there's a mod that I can take that off, so we'll have to accept it how it is. But it's the same for everyone, so it doesn't matter. Open DRS when you come across the line. Are we going to improve? We're going to 1 minute 30, and that is enough there for P6. So Raikkonen was on pole and Kovalainen alongside him, so finished 1-2. And yeah, we did kind of finish behind all of our so-called rivals, but it was pretty close in the end, all within a second or so. And I'm pretty happy at P6. Somehow Jenson Button and the uncompetitive Honda's in P7, so well done to him. And there you go, looking at all 22 cars that are going to start the Australian Grand Prix. So I hope you're happy with how I did in qualifying. So now let's go down to the grid for the Australian Grand Prix. So as we know, Kimi Raikkonen is on pole position. There's Nick Heidfeld in third. And there I am in P6. And you can see it's raining here in Australia as the lights are about to come on. On the intermediate tyres, what will our wet pace be like? I have no idea. 15 laps around Albert Park. How are we going to do? Lights coming on. Here we go. Lots and lots of wheel spin. Off the line. Voice crack there. But Massa and Hamilton also have pretty difficult starts. Look at Kovalainen. Lost his second place and is now down to what, P6? That is a poor start. And Vettel and Trulli have overtaken us. Kovalainen now in P8 from P2 to P8. Even I'm not that bad. Mark Webber tried to have a look there. We are being careful of course because we have got a damage mod on. Up the inside of Kovalainen and Vettel. And we're able now to get ourselves into P7. So only lost one position overall in this first sector. And now we've got the Italian Jarno Trulli who's bound to start a Trulli train. I couldn't resist that one, sorry. So let's keep going. I have no idea. We know the AI are pretty slow on the first lap, so let's see what my pace is going to be like after that. Of course, that's what the real question is, but we are going to keep it going here on the intermediate tyres. Keep it tight, just try and follow every step Jarno Trulli makes, and try to keep up with him. Ideally, I should be overtaking him. And here we are now on lap 3. And we're actually going a little bit wide there, causing a bit of an issue. And Vettel's about to have a look around our outside for this corner. But we're actually able to hold a position there, thankfully. And we're able to hold on to P7. But that was a bit dodgy there, I thought. That was a little bit dodgy. We could have lost a position there. We shouldn't be making mistakes. And we have lost quite a bit of time to Trulli over lap 2 and lap 3. But ideally, I'm going to make up the time again and not fall too far behind. But you can see the fastest lap now was 3 seconds than that last fast lap. So really I need to be going a couple of seconds quicker if I'm going to make good progress in this Grand Prix. You know, we are just about holding off on Vettel, but really I'm leading the Trulli train rather than Trulli leading the so-called Trulli train. So I guess we are doing okay in that sense. I am still getting used to the car as well, trying not to make excuses. But by the way, I should say I don't know if it's going to rain for the whole time. You can see it is getting slightly brighter already. But the intermediate tyres are certainly the best one. Now a little bit wide there. Yet again, I am pushing really, really hard. Sebastian Vettel and Toro Rosso has come up right behind us yet again. Be so careful into this corner. Don't go too wide. Let me just go so wide. And now Sebastian Vettel is going to have a proper run on us, going to the left and right chicane at the start of sector 3. And I think Kovalainen is right there, trying to have a look as well. But our straight line speed there was able to hold him off. And even though we're having quite a poor lap, we were able to hold position. And we're now skipping all the way to lap 5, and I think we are finally getting a little bit faster. Pulled away from Kovalainen a bit. We're going purple in the sector, so maybe maybe we switch our tyres back on or something. We're just concentrating more. Which is good. Trulli is still only 3 seconds up the road, so it's not a complete disaster. I think we still have a chance to catch him up in these remaining 10 laps. The issue is these 25% races or whatever they say. It goes so quickly. But I just don't have time, guys, to record a longer series than that. I'm really sorry. The Kovalainen is trying to have a look up the inside again, and despite the aggressive AI mod, he completely backs out of it, and we put away quite quickly through that chicane. But the AI are always slow on that chicane in all games, to be honest, so it's not so bad. And we're still only a few seconds behind Jarno Trulli. Go a bit wide there, not great, but it will have to do. Coming round to the penultimate corner. And how far is Trulli going to be ahead of us here? That's going to be a really big deal. And this has been quite a good lap actually by my standards. It hasn't been too bad. It's certainly our fastest lap of the race so far. And Trulli is now 4 seconds ahead of us. But now we're on lap 7. And I believe, if you look at it, the track is starting to dry out a bit. I have been struggling on these tyres a little bit. So I think, you know what, guys? It's time to roll the dice here in Australia. And I'm going to come into the pit stop to put on the option tyres. Because it is drying out, I can feel it just through the driving. And I reckon this could work. So it looks like we are going to come out of the pit lane in P12. I mean, possibly P13, there's a car coming down the pit lane right now. I don't know if this is going to work straight away. See, Nick Heidfeld is actually in the lead. BMW there, so that's pretty cool. But we're currently in P14. With 7 laps to go. This is where we have to make good progress here. We're really struggling a bit. And Anthony Davidson is going to come strolling past us in that Super Aguri. We're going to try and go up the inside here. We just don't have the grip on these tyres yet in these conditions. And Davidson is able to get past us. This is really like wet track, dry tyres kind of challenge that you see on YouTube, in the F1 YouTube community all the time. But let's try and get past Davidson and try and get back on the pace, because I reckon the track is so near to being dry, maybe in a lap or so, these will be the tyres to be on. You can see through here, Davidson is just getting away, and we know I've got a faster car, and I'm sure I am a faster driver. I wasn't qualifying. So yeah, at the moment I don't think we are on the right tyres. Maybe we're going to lap early, but I am going to keep my foot in it, as I always do on this channel. and see how it goes. So let's see what the grip is like going through the left and right chicane. We go a bit wide there, so that didn't go perfectly, but it was okay. At least we made a corner in the end. I'd be hoping to catch right up to Davidson there, and we haven't been able to do it, to be honest. But he isn't putting away too quickly, so I don't think I'm on the... It must be near the switchover point, that is for sure. So I think we are doing okay, but it's not perfect. And this is a corner I always really struggle with, but Davidson's now actually going to go into the pit lane, as are a few other cars. So it's going to be a chance to at least make up some positions. We're going to get back into the points. P8, I'm not so sure. Not quite, but we are going to be in P10. And we have there Barrichello, who I think was behind us before, I would have thought he was, has now jumped us. But we are actually going to get a run on him down towards, I believe it's turn 4. We're going to try and go up the inside of Barrichello. And this time, we are able to make that move. And Sebastian Vettel is also good in front of us. And we are going to have to overtake Sebastian Vettel if we want to get points here today at the opening race of this 2008 season. Still a bit of a chilly train there behind us with me in the lead. We're now going to skip on to lap 10. You can see there's quite a bit of a gap now between me and Barrichello behind, so maybe I am now starting to become comfortable in these tyres in these conditions. I think the track is now dry enough for my tyres. Tiny bit of spray still from the car ahead in little parts, but I think we're doing okay. And you can see now we are catching up quite quickly to Sebastian Vettel. See, we go purple in that sector quite a lot faster than before. So I think, yeah, now we are on the right tyres. And it's the AI on the wrong ones. So we're going to really stick with Sebastian Vettel here. We can't go up the inside there. I just can't do it. The tyres are a little bit cold. We are getting a lot of wheel spin from the rear tyres, which is costing us. But I think this is roughly the switchover point here. Question is though, will the AI pit with dry tyres or try to get to the end on intermediates? We're in purple yet again, showing our newfound pace. But Vettel is able to defend quite well there through the chicane kind of corner, and we're able to, he's not able to get a position. We're going to have a look up the inside of Vettel there, but we just weren't close enough. We've gone a bit wide because we took a bad line, and he's able to get a little bit ahead again. So we have to keep our head here, and I know I can overtake Sebastian Vettel. I've shown it now. We just have to make it happen. He's not going in the pit lane, surprisingly, despite it basically being dry now. Come on. And we see DRS is enabled. You know what that means. Dry tyres, dry time. Good lap there. Not the fastest lap in the end, because we messed up the final sector. But it wasn't far off, and then we get a great exit out of turn 1 and 2. And a great run on Sebastian Vettel. DRS in action, showing it is dry now. And we're going to head down towards turn 4. Take the racing line. And we're now in P8. I want to be higher than that, but at least P8 would be enough for 1 point here today. Because I believe in the real Australian Grand Prix of 2008, Kubica didn't even finish the race. There we go, we're going purple again. So yeah, we're on pace now, I think. Tyres are becoming a bit warmer, you can see there. So I reckon we're now in a good place. And we're now on lap 12, chasing Kovalainen, who's on the intermediate tyres. We're caught up to him so quickly there, you see. You must have seen that. And now then we're going to get a really good run on him out of that corner at the start of sector 2. Raikkonen set the Nakajima set the fastest lap there. We're going to go around the outside of Kovalainen into this corner, which I always struggle with actually. And we're able to get another position. P7, come on, these are now the best tyres. Now, next up, truly ahead of us. So yeah, we were just behind them before, and pretty much now on the pace, we're literally where we were before. To be honest, changing to these tyres hasn't really helped us so much, but so far, but it hasn't really hindered us much because we're still pretty much where we were. But we are now really catching up to the AI are really struggling on those intermediate tyres. Are we going to get him before he goes in the pit lane? Is he going to go in the pit lane even? That's probably the bigger question. And Button ahead of him as well. And yes, they are both going to peel off into the pit lane, so that will be at least another 2 positions for us. That'll put us into P5, but there's 1, 2, 3, quite a few cars in there still. One car about to come out the pit lane that we're going to come out in P2. But only our teammate Nick Heidfeld ahead of us. I don't think he's pitted yet. And here we are, you know, on lap 13. Yeah, we have just started the fastest lap of the. We've done the fastest lap of the race in the last lap. Nick Heidfeld is so far ahead of us. We're going to see in the sector splits how far ahead of us he actually is. We're going to have a look now. And yes, he is a long way ahead. We're not going to be able to catch him on track in a couple of laps. Rosberg now set a fast lap, absolutely trashing my one, showing the new conditions, but I reckon I can beat that time. Now that we're properly in the dry conditions, I've got to basically defend this P2, because Heifeld's going to pit. I expect him to pit anyway for dry tyres. He's going to come out ahead of us. We're going purple, and once he does, it'll be a BMW Sauber 1-2, the opening race of the 2008 season. And all I have to do is defend from Raikkonen, who's just a few seconds behind, and we'll have a 1-2 to start the season. And that would be pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see here though if I can beat Nico Rosberg's fastest lap for 1:33 something. So this is really a fastest lap battle, pretty cool. We put our foot down now, head down towards the line. Surely this is going to be our fastest lap, but it's going to be their fastest lap. No, not quite, but it was a good lap. And you can see Heidfeld, it says there 14 seconds, so it's 14 seconds up the road, which makes sense actually. And you can actually see the yellow dot of our teammate there on the map. But now we're on lap 15. Raikkonen has actually caught up to us quite a bit, but it's the final lap. I know I can't catch Heidfeld because that was just a silly ambition to have. But I'm pretty happy with the position we're in right now. P2, we're 1-2 for BMW Sauber. I'm just now making sure I don't lose the position to Kimi Raikkonen. I know we might be able to catch him because he is in a Ferrari and that is the faster car. So this could get pretty tight actually. We are though in the final sector, chucking the car around, trying to make our car as big as possible to make sure Raikkonen doesn't get past. We really are going to just park the car on the apex there, put the power down, bit of wheel spin for good measure, put the power down. Raikkonen's right behind us and we'll have DRS. It's going to be so close coming towards the line. He pulls out the slipstream. We're just about able to hold our position for a fantastic P2 on the opening day of the 2008 Robert Kubica Formula 1 season challenge thing. There you go, P2. Yes, we did finish quite far behind Nick Heidfeld, our teammate, who won. Kimi Raikkonen in third, Hamilton there in fourth, Massa down in fifth, Kovalainen, probably our rival of the season, in P7. So that was a pretty exciting start to the season. I think you'd agree we had some wet weather, which of course was key in the real 2008 season. That's quite a nice nostalgic thing. I should say, obviously, in the real 08 season, I supported Hamilton, as you'd expect. But I promise you, I'm going to do everything to battle Hamilton and everyone else for Robert Kubica to win the World Championship. And tell me, in real Formula 1 in the 2019 season, how do you think Robert Kubica is going to do in the Williams? Do you think he can get any points regularly? Tell me down below. But now let's have a look at the driver's standings after the race. And obviously, Nick Heidfeld leads on 10 points, followed by myself, and you've got Raikkonen, Hamilton, Massa, Trulli, Kovalainen, and Jenson Button, who actually got a pretty good point there for the Honda team. I think they'd be pretty well delighted with that. And now we're going to move on to the constructors, where of course BMW Sauber here, 18 points, leading. Ferrari second, 10, and third, McLaren Mercedes on 7 points. So yes, that is the end of episode 1 of Robert Kubica 2008 Challenge. Tell me in the comments if you want to see more of the series and how I can improve. And for now, I'll see you guys next time.